Cold for millions and millions of Americans this holiday weekend. And right now, many may be trying to make their way home after mass cancellations and delays made holiday travel a complete nightmare. In Buffalo, New York, nearly 4 feet of snow and bitter cold shut down the city. Officials just updated the death toll from the storm to at least 25 people and said the city of Buffalo is impassable. Mona Kosar Abdi leads us off from a city starting to dig out.
This weekend, the historic Arctic blast and winter storm sweeping across the country.
There is substantial, significant, and devastating loss of life as a result of this winter storm.
The city of Buffalo paralyzed after more than 3 feet of snow. For the first time in the city's history, the fire department not able to respond to calls.
Think about looking just a few feet in front of you at a sheet of white.
Roads blocked by vehicles stuck, rescuers even having trouble navigating the conditions. Thousands still without power and heat, drivers facing treacherous conditions across the country. This couple trapped on Interstate 71 in central Kentucky, spending Christmas in their car.
So almost 12 hours.
Relying on the kindness of strangers for food.
We each got a water from the semi-truck driver and just the sandwich and a granola bar from him.
In Holland, Michigan, roads are littered with abandoned cars. In Illinois, several people were injured in this 8-vehicle crash.
This guy's literally so close to jackknife. Look.
And a 50-vehicle pileup, killing 4 in Ohio.
This is a stark reminder of what can happen when you get behind the wheel and try to drive in bad weather conditions.
And Mona joins us now from Buffalo. So, Mona, you look pretty cold. It still seems to be snowing there. What's the latest on the driving ban in the city at the moment?
So, Alexis, the driving ban was supposed to be lifted at 7 a.m. this morning, but officials extended it for Buffalo and hard-hit areas because, as you mentioned, it is still snowing here for hours this morning. The snow is coming down. The wind right now is really picking up. And what that means is all this light, fluffy snow that came down overnight is being pushed back onto the roads. Now, snowplow drivers have been working around the clock to clear these roads, but a major problem that they're dealing with is that there are dozens and dozens of abandoned cars like the one behind me just littered all over the county, blocking roads, blocking intersections, and so they have to navigate around that. We're being told that they're moving the abandoned cars to the lot so that they can get through the area, and also the airport is closed until Tuesday, Alexis.
Wow. So we've been hearing about these snow drifts, how people have been sort of locked in their homes because of the snow drifts. When will people be able to start digging out?
That is a good question. I know the roads right now are a priority for city officials, but just to put this into perspective for you, at one point, even the rescuers needed rescuing, and there were people that were dealing with life-threatening conditions, and there was no help on the way. And so now there's a lot of outside help coming in, and hopefully rescuers are able to navigate these roads and help and get assistance to the people that need it the most.
And Buffalo is no stranger to these major snowstorms, but you mentioned here how hard the city was hit this time. What made this storm different? What made it so devastating?
That's a good question, because you're right. Buffalo and the Great Lakes region is very used to heavy snowfall, but the difference now were a combination of factors. It was the low temperature, it was the frozen precipitation, it was also the system bringing lake effect snow into the area and creating these blizzard-like conditions. So a combination of all those factors led to what New York Governor Kathy Hochul called the most devastating storm in the history of in Buffalo's history. And so we see now that the death toll is climbing. Just to put it in a perspective for you about how much of an impact that this has had on the city, the rescue efforts, as I mentioned, that rescuers weren't even able to get to those that needed help. And so some people just had to leave their cars in the middle of the road and just get out and start walking.
A tragic storm. Mona Kosar Abdi, please get inside, stay warm. Thank you.